friends, hope you're having a great day. We're here at the Ala Moana area and we're on Waimanu Street. Let me show you. So if you can see, this is Waimanu Street. I feel so old that I always think it's a one-way because it used to be a one-way street. Now it's two ways. So you can find street parking, which we did, or you can use their parking lot, but it is valet by validation only, and it is $3 parking because the parking's pretty tight. This is going to be a Korean restaurant. I think it's Hangang or something like that. I'm terrible at names, but it's right here. Let me show you. If you go right here, where my finger is, that's their parking lot. See? Right there, $3. And it is valet. And I don't like when people touch my car, so I'm very picky. It's not really about the $3. So I decided to pay $2 for street parking. And it is only about for 2 hours. Here it is, Hangang. The reason we're here is Gina from Ohana Eats. Her husband Do is full Korean, and he says this is the best spot he's had so far. So let me fix this camera. Oh my god, it's giving me troubles. Let's go inside. Let's go. Thank you. I'm gonna go this way. So I'm here with Mr. Aiden. We volunteered at the Back the Blue Stranger Danger event at Eva Beach. So I think we worked up an appetite, yeah? Alright, we're inside. We got seated right away. We're here for their lunch special. If you look at their menu, they have a lunch special where you get a stone pot rice with a choice of a meat, kalbi, grilled chicken, and something else I forgot. And then you get a choice of a soup also. So you can get kimchi, stew, a different stew. I think it's a miso soybean paste stew, or a sundubu, which is the tofu stew, and that's what I got. Aiden got a shrimp fried rice, so we're gonna wait for it to come here. You can also grill here, but we're not gonna do that today. It is quite expensive at dinner time, I will say, and they do have an hour break between dinner and lunch. So I think they're closed from 4 to 5, and they reopen at 5. If you come here, they close at 4, but you need to get your lunch order in by 3. So basically, on the table, there's a little grill in the middle, but during lunchtime, if you're not going to grill, they put this wooden thing here, so you can put all your banchan without it falling in the grill. Alright, so they give you this little thing, and it has your chopsticks and your spoon. There's also wooden chopsticks on the drawer. Hello.
The shrimp fried rice.
Okay. Okay, so everything came out all at once. Let's try some of the rice. This is the rice. It's very beautiful. This is multi-grain rice with pumpkins and beans. And a lot of Koreans like to eat this. I know my mom likes to eat this kind of rice. It's really pretty. I don't find it to taste like anything any different. It has like a whole grain taste, a little smell of that, but otherwise the texture is just like any other white rice. Look how steaming hot that is. When you come to a Korean restaurant, always gotta try the kimchi. This is their kimchi. Lots of flavor, and I like that they include the garlic chives in there. That's these little things that you must have in traditional kimchi, along with some shredded daikon in the mix. This is the kalbi, adorned with some green onion. I don't want the green onions to fall off. But let's take a taste of it. Pretty good. It's not too sweet. I find that kalbi in Korea is actually not as sweet as in America. We tend to use a lot of sugar. This kind of tastes similar to that. And they call this on their menu LA kalbi. I will say it's more on the soy sauce side though. Don't really taste ginger or sesame seed oil like you do in other kalbis. There's so much banchan that they give you here, it's amazing. This is fish cake. It's got sesame seeds on it. That's really flavorful. Aiden got the shrimp fried rice, and he kind of tucked into it before I got a video of it because he's super hungry. I will try it. It's pretty good. What do you think of it? Tastes good? Do you actually see shrimp in there though? I don't really see shrimp in there. It's just like vegetables. Oh, a little shrimp. Main thing is he enjoys it. Here's a little bit of seaweed in the banchan. You get this a lot at different places. But ooh, this one has limu in it. So that's interesting because usually you don't see different types of seaweeds mixed with it. It's just the flat seaweed. But the limu, or it looks like limu, is something different. It's just like pickled ogo. I like pickled ogo, that kind of flavor, the vinegary sweet flavor. Here's some of the pumpkin. It's like kabocha that was in the rice. Really soft, really sweet, very delicious. These are some yellow squash, another part of the banchan, or like a zucchini, I suppose. That's good. It still has a little crisp to it, even though it's cooked, and a lot of sesame seed flavor, but it's balanced. All right, next up on the banchan is a shoyu potato. It's usually dipped in or marinated in a shoyu sugar sauce. Got some sesame seeds on the top of the potato. It's like a little baby red potato. That's really good because it's not too sweet. It's just right. They give you little nori sheets, the Korean kind, brushed with sesame seed oil. You can make a little wrap, put your rice in there, put a little kimchi on top, and you're good to go. And then you just pop it in your mouth. This is namu, which is bean sprouts, and it's tossed in sesame seed oil, some salt, and it's blanched but thrown on ice so it's still crunchy when you crunch into it. And it's got the chili pepper on top, but it's not too spicy usually. Crunchy and refreshing, very good. The best part of this sizzling plate is the onions that are on the bottom, and they are so good with rice. They have that nice charred taste, almost like how you get steak or ribeye with some mixed onions and mushrooms in there. Kind of like that oniony taste. Here's some pickled daikon, but it's not in a kimchi way. It looks like it's vinegar based. We'll see what it's about. Not my thing. Very mushy. I don't know what that is. Is that even daikon? Yeah, it is. It's boiled till it's mushy. It's like, look. I don't know, I can't show you, but it just kind of like mushes in your mouth. And it doesn't really have a vinegar flavor. It's a little bit in there, but it almost tastes like watery. Not my thing. Ugh. Here's a pink daikon. Nuclear again. Now that's what I was expecting with the white one. It's got a sugary vinegar taste, and it's crunchy. I like that. That one's better. If you like the shredded daikon that's on the side of sashimi and you eat that, you will like this one. All right, after eating all my kalbi, I will say some of the pieces are quite tough. They've got some tough parts, but overall it's okay. It's not bad or anything. The flavor is good, but the cuts of meat are quite tough. And nothing says authentic Korean unless you see a drawer full of utensils and napkins. So if you ever go to Korea and you're wondering where the hell are the chopsticks and the napkins and whatever you need, it's usually on the side at the end of the table. There's a little drawer for you to take all your chopsticks and spoons. All right, now time for the sundubu. This is a tofu soup. Looks delicious. You usually put it in your bowl from the main bowl and pour it over your rice. I will say the tofu soup is delicious. It's not too salty and it's not too spicy, even though it looks very red. It's just right, very savory. And it's usually made with silky tofu, so it just melts in your mouth. So good over hot rice. Definitely a comfort food. Another thing is they have pieces of seafood in here, so if you don't like seafood, you may not like it, but they've got clams and such and mussels. So if you're a seafood lover, all these things are in here. And the rice in the bowl is actually a stone pot. So on the bottoms, if you like that crispy part where the stone pot crisps up the rice, it's there. I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, it's okay, but I know a lot of old school Koreans like it. My mom likes it. So if you like that kind of crispy bottom rice thing, it's here. Right, perfect way to eat your sundubu is put it on top of your rice in your rice bowl, a little bit of soup, some tofu, and top it off with some kimchi. Last banchan, this is some type of green. Usually you find them in your plate lunches. I don't know if it's choy-sum or whatever. Sometimes they use watercress, sometimes it's water spinach. That one was not for me. I thought it would be like the regular kind. It's definitely very strong and pungent tasting. So I'm thinking it might be mizuna or some kind of different kind of vegetable. It's very strong and kind of bitter. So not my thing, but if you like that kind of thing, then it's here. I'll just stick to the kimchi. You know, just because I'm making faces, it's not that it's bad or anything. It's definitely authentic. I remember going to Seoul, Korea, and going to one of the King's reenactment dinners where they had side dishes and main dishes served to the kings only at the time, at that period in Korea when they had a dynasty. And a lot of them were vegetarian, and a lot of them had that kind of vegetable, so definitely authentic for sure. It's just way too authentic for me. I think it's just a very bitter vegetable. Oh, I bit into something that I thought was tofu in the tofu soup, but it's actually a poached egg. That was really nice too, because I guess the whites of the eggs kind of look like tofu, but there's an egg in there. I also found a little piece of bay shrimp, so lots of seafood and squid. So there are little pieces of it here and there in the soup, but you definitely get some meat in there. Alright, so that's pretty much Hangang. I really enjoyed the food. I think the lunch menu is pretty awesome because you get all that banchan. It is quite pricey for a regular lunch if you're comparing it to a plate lunch, but for a sit-down restaurant, authentic Korean food with a rice, meat, and soup and all the banchan, definitely a deal. And if you come at night, they do have prefix menus if you're going to barbecue on the grill, because that can get expensive as well. So with a prefix menu, you get your rice, your meats. They give you a number of meats and different choices of meats, and then you probably get, I'm not sure, I forgot to look because he took the menu away so fast, but probably get other choices as well as a soup too, I would assume, since they give it to you for lunch. And it's a set price, so you don't have to worry about over ordering meat or doing that kind of thing. So hopefully you enjoy this, and if you're craving authentic Korean food, come down to the Ala Moana area on Waimanu Street, and it's right across the Waimanu side of that KHON building, and have yourself a good Korean lunch. We're here on a weekend. This is Saturday. Came for a little later lunch so that we would beat the lunch crowd, and we came in at about 1:40 p.m. and it's not too crowded. There's people in here, but not too crowded. You don't have to wait, and there's plenty of street parking when we came. So if you like this, press the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on another food adventure next week. Have a great Aloha Friday. Peace out. Take care. Aloha.